Alright, so, or before I even go any further, you may see some dots on my face, like my nose and my chin. Guys, that's my eczema trying to push through. So I'm trying to push it back. Yeah, that's what happens sometimes in the heat. Anyway, what I normally do is I set my brows with powder before going in, because sometimes I do get a little bit shiny in them, and the pencil that I use to fill them is actually a wax pencil, and that, in addition to the grease or the shine that I put forth on a daily, it's gonna make it look really horrible at the end of the day. And sometimes even when you touch it, your brow disappears. So the powder actually does help. This is the No More Shine powder. I'm gonna go. I've been using this for a little bit now. I actually like it. It really does make the makeup last for a while, and yeah, it really does what it says. No more shine. So I'm gonna go ahead and pat that on the brows. Alright, so as you can see, I've applied the powder. I'm gonna get a mirror and I'm gonna go ahead and brush them through. Spoolie. This is the spoolie, guys. Or if you don't have this, because this is the double-ended brush, the one that the brush that has a spoolie and the brush on either side. If you don't have this, you can use an old mascara wand. Now you're gonna brush the brows up, or brush the brows in the direction that you'd like to, fix them. Now I'm going to go in with my pencil. This is what's left of it. This is the Clean Color Dark Brown Pencil. I love it. I speak to it. It is my holiest of grails. I have other pencils that I've tried that I do like, but I always end up coming back to this. Beautiful pencil. Beautiful pencil. I love it. I really do. It gives me the color and everything that I want. Some dark brown pencils turn out a little bit red, which annoys the heck out of me. But this one is a true dark brown, which is fine by me. And you can use it as light and as heavy as you wish. Yes, all right. So I've already gone ahead and brushed the brows in the direction that I want them to go, and now I'm gonna outline it. So I outlined at the bottom. I start from here. I start from the end here, right? Now, I'm not pressing hard. That's the beauty about this pencil, which is why I love it so much too. It's not hard and it's not super soft. It's just right. So you can actually work with it and maneuver with it, and you don't have to worry about it being too much or too, over the top. Yeah. So it's really, really nice because of that. All right. So for the top part, I don't start from the end here. I start here. I come in a little bit, and you'll see why soon. Now the end of your brow shouldn't pass here. This part. So the end of your eye, that is where your brow should stop. Right there. Alright, pencil is too short to do it. However, how I was taught in terms of brows and the technique in terms of where to end and where to start. Here, this is where the front, right at the edge of your nose here, this is where your brow starts. Here is where the what you might call it, the height or the arch of your brow should be. Same point here, and at the end of your nose here is where you would know where the brow ends, which would be right here. Now what I do is I lay the pencil on the side, not this way but this way, and I use that to fill in the brow. Now you don't have to worry about how messy it looks, because of the fact that when you do clean it up, that's when everything will just come into play. Now what I do is, that same section that I fill in the front, I brush some of the pencil that I applied there forward. Now I saw a video recently where someone said this is so played out, this is so old school to brush and give it that ombre brow effect. No. I am not a natural brow. I will forever give a client once they ask for it. For me, however, I don't have, my brows are not super bright or super full. So a natural brow for me personally, I don't really like. Even if it is that the front looks like this, there should be a tip. I like my tips. I really do like my tips. So that is what I like to work with. So it's definitely not very out, it's not played out for me. It's a brow that I like, and this works for me. It works for my face, it works for everything, and I can make it as light and as dark as I feel like it. So it works. All right, so what I normally do is I do my brow two ways. I use a concealer, for example, a fawn. Fawn is about, I think it's about a shade, well, it would give or take a little shade or maybe 2 shades lighter than myself. So I would use that here to kind of give it that nice little highlighted effect, like just shaved brow kind of vibe right here. And then I use a concealer that's my shade at the top to clean it. A lot of persons don't clean the top anymore. I still do it because I like the defined look. Now, what I'm going to do today, the other way I normally do it actually, is I use the same concealer that's my complexion on both. So I use it at the top and at the bottom. And then I use something like fawn or a lighter concealer on the hair only to kind of give it that nice little effect, depending on the eye look that I'm working with, I'm going with, or going for. Really can't speak today. So I'm gonna go ahead. The concealer I'm using, which matches my complexion, is the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Beautiful Bronze. So I'm gonna be using this to clean under and above. Now, what I normally do is leave some of the concealer here because you don't want to go in heavy and then you're unable to clean it up, because you know that there's sometimes you're going too heavy at the edge and you leave that little line. So no matter how you try to blend, that line is just always there. So it happens sometimes to me, but it happens to everybody. I don't know. I'm just gonna say it happens to everybody because I see it. So what I try to do is to leave some of the concealer even though I go in on both sides of the brush. Story time, this brush I've been using since I started doing makeup, which has been now about 6-7 years. Cool, huh? One brush from this kit. This kit was coming from BH Cosmetics. I think it was their wooden or organic set or something. Love this brush. So on both sides, this is a square edge brush, square one, yeah. On both sides, I go ahead and I apply the concealer. Now what I'm doing is outlining or following the outline that I have underneath. I've used many other brushes for this, and to tell you the truth, old brooms know the corners best. Trust me. I still keep coming back to this brush. I don't even know if BH Cosmetics still has this brush set, but yep, I wish they did because I'd have to buy more of these brushes. See that? So what I did was I went ahead and I outlined underneath there that, well, cleaned up the area that I want to. I want to give it that nice arch look. So what I do now is go ahead and excuse me, what I do now is go ahead and blend that through. All right, so for this part to blend, you can either use a brush or you can use your sponge, your beauty sponge, beauty blender, whatever it is. You can use the little ones as well, or the big one, whichever one that is more comfortable for you. I use the brush sometimes because it gives it a really beautiful finish for me. This brush is the Morphe E46, an angled brush. So I go ahead and I pat it through to blend it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the same at the top. No, you don't have to worry about the concealer looking the way it does, because when you do apply your foundation and everything on top, it will just blend right out, which is why I personally do my brows before doing my foundation or my base. Whoever does it after, I've tried it, it looks weird, my brows look weird, and it stresses me out. Stresses me out completely. Now I do 2 other steps here which you don't have to do, but you asked me how I did my brows. Now there's this technique that what's her name, Hot Chick on Instagram, CHIICK, she uses glue. Now she uses the glue, however, before she does the brow itself. So what she does is she puts the glue in the brow, and then she goes ahead and she does everything else, which is what I just did. However, I did the other way around because I want the brow to stay put, you know. Instead of doing it before, I apply the glue after. So what I do is, the glue that I'm using is a Sassy glue. I've really been loving this. Oh my gosh, this has been this is a wonderful glue. I got it here at a wholesale in Halfway Tree for my Jamaican goodies. What I do is, now this is the white one. It dries clear. So yeah, it works like that. So the same spoolie that I used before to brush it through, I go ahead and I get a little bit of the glue on the spoolie itself. Now with this, you have to work quickly because the glue dries in about 10 or so seconds. If you use a glue that doesn't dry too quickly, you can do that as well. So you go ahead and brush it through. And leave it to dry. Now, as I said, even though you're seeing it white there, you have to be careful because it dries really quick. But you have to, what I'm suggesting that you use a glue that does not dry as quick, if you understand what I'm saying. Something like Ardell glue doesn't dry as quick. You have the Star glue, that's my other all-time favorite glue. It doesn't dry as quick either. Yeah, as you can see, it's drying down. You don't see the white residue as much as it did before. But I can't brush it through again because the glue would actually be on it dry. It's drying, so when you do that, if you try to brush it through, it's gonna have that sticky vibe to it. Like it's gonna start lifting the color that is already on the brow, which is the pencil and whatnot. Yeah, that's when it starts to get messy. I had to try it and practice to see how it works before I got to this point. As you can see, the glue is still drying. But yeah, that's basically it. But I like it. I really do like the results, as in how my brow stays for the day. I like it. Yeah. So there's one more decade step that I do. Again, guys, these 2 additional steps, whereas the glue and this last step I'm about to show you is only for videos, and if it is that I really want my brows to be on point for an event that I may be attending. Now this last step, my all-time favorite brow gel, which is the Shanna Cole brown gel. I'll leave this information down below. She's on Instagram. Her dark brown brow gel, it is boss. Yeah, boss. I usually use it in my brow, or I do this. No, this brush is another spoolie combo. This is the Morphe E29 brush. The brush itself is really thin, so what I do is I outline the brow itself, because for me, the part that normally takes itself away is the outside parts of my brow. So what I do is outline it. Just to make it a little sharper. I'm gently using it, guys, because this dark brown gel liner is dark brown. So, and what I mean by that is dark. So we're not trying to go too dark. And I just add a little bit of something to the end, again, so I don't lose that. And that's about it. This is the brow, guys.